Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. And it's time, people. Happy Halloween. It's close enough. But this is my review of Ghostbusters: Spirits Unleashed. Yes, I'm actually going to review this game. Now, if you didn't know what it is, it was developed and published by Illphonic. Yeah, Illphonic, the same people that made Friday the 13th, the game they never finished, and also Predator Hunting Grounds. This was originally released on October 18th of 2022 on just about every gaming system except for Nintendo Switch. Once again, it's an Illphonic game, so you already know it's a asymmetrical 4 versus 1 online multiplayer game. But I will have to admit, I went into this, and remember when I do my reviews, I tried to be very non-biased, even if I dislike the game company or the game that they're making. But I actually found myself actually kind of enjoying this one. It seems to be one of the better games Illphonic has made. I mean, as the game starts out, it has a rather long tutorial where you get to meet up with Ray and Winston, voiced by the actual actors, Bernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd. And it has a pretty decent story to it, setting up the fact that this is pretty much the continuation after the newest Ghostbusters movie, where they reopen the firehouse and they're getting new recruits and training them to be the next Ghostbusters. And you start out in the Ghostbusters headquarters. You can go around. When you first start, you can go and customize your character. The character customization isn't the worst, but it's not the best. I mean, you can make a somewhat unique looking character. It's not until you unlock new parts for your character that you really can make them stand out. Because much like every other game they've made, yes, you have levels you have to go up by doing different matches in here that unlocks different things when you reach certain levels. New different gear pieces, upgrades, stuff like that. The standard issue, rinse and repeat gameplay that Illphonic is well known for making. Honestly, though, they got the original music back, the Firehouse music, the Ghostbusters theme song, so it does have a lot of nostalgic value to this. I have to admit, I think they actually did a good job with this. I know a lot of people have trashed this game, saying it's mundane and boring, but compared to their other games, this one is the most polished and well-balanced and well-playing one. But much like all their other ones, it's not that real big. I mean, it consists of you basically, after you get through and you create your character and you can go into a match, you can do side hustles, which are basically different things you do, like, okay, get slime off you like 10 times, do something so many times for extra bonus experience points to level up. I think you can get all the way up to level 100 in this game, because my first game I played, there was one dude there that was dressed like a jack-o'-lantern. He was level 100. Once you play, you play as 4 people as the Ghostbusters and 1 person as the Ghost. You have to play at least 2 or 3 matches before you get the opportunity to actually play as the Ghost. But when you do, it's definitely interesting, because when you're playing as the Ghostbusters, they're in the first person mode. You got your proton pack, you've got your PKE meter, and you've got your traps. Now, at any time, if you waste a trap and you don't go back and get it, you can go back to this little Ghostbuster supply cart and get a new one. And while you're using your proton pack, I didn't really notice if you cross the streams if anything bad happens, fortunately, because, man, that'd be too easy. But you go around these rather large levels, and the whole principal point of the match, which only lasts about maybe 15 minutes max, is you got to go around and find 3 rifts that the ghosts come out of. Now, you use your PKE meter to find these rifts. They're normally items or something. You blast with your proton pack until you close the rift. After you close all 3 rifts, then you can hunt down the ghost. And once you capture the ghost, that's it. That's the end of the match. Now, one thing I noticed, though, is when we were playing, they only closed 1 rift before they captured the ghost. And I realized this: if you capture the ghost before you close all 3 rifts, the ghost will reappear again, and the rifts act like life points for the ghost. So if you don't close those and you capture the ghost can come back. So you have to make sure to close the rifts first, or you're going to have to bust the ghost again. Now, the other thing that was shocking is this actually has a story to it. It's not a super deep story, and I kind of wish they would have went a little bit farther with it, but it's got a rather nice setup to it with Ernie Hudson's Winston and and Dan Aykroyd and explaining things. And as you go through, there are certain story additions when you get back to the firehouse after you do so many levels that progresses the story, which I thought was really kind of cool. It adds a little bit more to this instead of just constant going out and hunting ghosts. Now, the thing is if you get to play as the ghost, it is different. Once again, like every other game that Illphonic has made, when you're the ghost, you're in third person, and you can go around using your special ghost abilities to haunt items or hide in them, and special abilities to attack the Ghostbusters, like sliming them and doing other stuff. Now, when you do slime, you lose some of your power. You have to recharge your power, so you hide in some place or something, hiding from the Ghostbusters to get your power. And the whole plot of being the ghost is to go around these areas, haunting all the areas. And once you haunt enough of the areas, the meter will fill up, and the whole place will be truthfully, wholly haunted, and the ghost will win and the Ghostbusters lose. Now, along with this, there's also pedestrians and other random NPCs that are in the area that you can go up to and to help, keep from having the meter fill up faster for the ghost winning. You got to calm them down by talking to them. Tell them things like, "Oh, don't worry, man. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I've seen so many ghosts today. This is nothing." And that's basically the whole game. As you go through, you level up your character, you get upgrades to your equipment, you get different items that you can add on to customize your character, and that's pretty much it. That's really about it, about the whole game in a nutshell. I mean, currently there's only 5 maps that you can play on, 5 different ghosts you can play as, and each match will take you around 15 minutes or so to actually do. It does have crossplay and microphones, voice chat, and everything, so you are able to play with your friends and also on other gaming systems, which is nice. And honestly, and the price is not that bad. Really, for this game currently, it is only $40 for the PS5 and the PS4 and the Xbox versions. So it's the same price for any system. So naturally, common sense tells you if you're one of the lucky few that has the current gen systems and not the last gen, just go ahead and get the current gen version for the same price. The visuals are a little bit better. My review is being done on the PlayStation 4 version, not the PS5 version. So that's why it doesn't look as crisp and clean. Load times are worse, stuff like that. But in the end, I can't believe I'm going to say this. There's a lot of people that have trashed this game and said it's total garbage. And I would have to say I disagree. My personal experience with this is playing as a Ghostbuster is fun. It plays very well. It's easy to use your proton pack. It's very easy to use your PKE meter and your traps. It's actually fun communicating with the other Ghostbusters, working as a team to go around to close the rifts and hunt down the ghost and capture them. Honestly, I don't think it's as fun playing as the ghost, though. I don't think there's enough options for the ghost to be able to do things, so it kind of gets rinse and repeaty really fast playing as the ghost. This is one of the first times I'm saying it, but one of these 4 versus 1 games, I don't like playing as the villain. I like playing as the main characters, because you got to think Evil Dead. It was funner to play as the demons in that. Dead by Daylight and stuff, it's funner playing as the killer. This, I think it's funner playing as the Ghostbusters. And just something about the camaraderie of working together with other people, saying, "Hey, he's going in this room, go on the side, let's flank him," and stuff like that. Honestly, I hate to say it. I can't believe I'm going to say it, because I'm not going to lie. I absolutely despise Illphonic. I still have a very bad sour taste in my mouth to what they did to all of the fans of Friday the 13th, the game, never going back and finishing the Jason X or the Grendel map. But I will have to say, I don't think that this is a bad game. For the price of only $40, and they will be adding new maps in the future, I don't see there any lawsuits going to make them have an excuse to stop making content for this game. But you never know. Illphonic is well known for making a game, adding a couple new maps, and moving on to their next IP that they bought. I don't know if it's going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Halloween, but I bet you they probably won't stay on this game too long before they move on. But in the end, I have to say I found this a fun game, a lot better than I was expecting, and I think it's one of the better Illphonic games they've ever made, really. But once again, it is the same game that they always make. It's always going to be some asymmetrical 4 versus 1 game, and this is no different. But it's actually fun. It's visually nice looking. The lip syncing is terrible, but other than that, it plays fun. I like it. I enjoyed it. And this is a game I can actually go back to and play repeatedly and not really get bored with it, even though there's only 5 levels currently. We'll have to wait and see what Illphonic does to add stuff to this game in the future. Hopefully they just won't let it rot like they have their other titles they've made. Seeing's believing. I'll wait and have to maybe have an update on that depending on if they do add any new content to this. But in the end, it's actually a pretty good game, and I hate to say it, I can recommend it if you like the 4 versus 1 asymmetrical style, especially if you're a Ghostbusters fan. So please leave in the comments below what you think of Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Do you agree? Do you disagree with my review? Is there anything I missed pointing out? Anything you want to ask me in the comments? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll answer each and every single one of your questions. And remember, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.